This is Bucky, or the Buchanan Miner. I called it Bucky because it bucks around. Actually, we'll get to exactly where that name comes from later. But anyway, this is officially my very first video to YouTube. Please be kind. But what this is this is a space engineer's ship design that I put together. It's actually one of my very earliest designs, which has been iterated over and over and over again. I've rebuilt this thing so many times. And I just kind of wanted to show what I went through to come up with this design and how it all started. Actually, I want to show you how it started. I actually started on a platform survival game in Space Engineers and got bored with using the hand tool to mine. It just was taking so long to haul stuff up to the platform and to refine it. So I just decided to build a mining ship. Now my very first mining ship looked kind of like this. Let's see, it's just slap some thrusters on there. I figured out pretty early that you needed to have thrusters in all directions, and that was about as far as I got in terms of the subtleties of ship design early on. And let's see, it needed a, where is it? My drill. There we go. The drill went on front like that. Before, there wasn't a handy-dandy cargo port at the front of the cockpit, so it was literally just the drill and sort of the internal storage inside the drill, and that was it. That was all that this thing had, and one engine in each direction. And this was literally what the ship looked like. It might be a little bit different in terms of like the exact placement of things, but I'm pretty sure this is literally what my first ship looked like. And I'll show you why I called it Bucky. Let's see, let's select our tool here. Alright. When you run the drill, the thing just gets knocked around. It just gets shoved around by its own drill. So mining stuff was just kind of a pain. And the thing, it was just really hard to control it. So I called it Bucky, because it bucks. Figured this thing kicked like a mule, it could get a mule's name. Alright. Later on, I realized that a heavier ship was in order, and one that I could take on longer trips. So I designed something that looked kinda like this. I don't think it was even this nice. This is actually a really nice version of whatever that first ship that I built was. The thing is about this ship is that I've rebuilt it, God, I don't know, over a dozen times, 20 times maybe. Every time I do a survival game, I'm building one of these things, one or two of them. And I have them lying around and I use them for mining trips. And they're terribly useful. I mean, it's just a terribly workable design. It just, you know, it's got the true drills in front, and it's got a couple of at least a couple of thrusters in each direction, and it's got somewhere in there there's actually let's see if we can see it. There's actually an ore detector. You can just kind of barely see it there. And I found that 3 gyroscopes was pretty good. 4 gyroscopes, and it was just a little bit too wild to handle. And 3 reactors was enough to power everything. And there we go. Yeah, we had a complete ship. Later on, I decided to make a really nice one and upload it to the workshop. This is the Buchanan lightweight remote miner. And I had some kind of special name for it. And this is it. For some reason I decided that I didn't really need to be able to see left and right. That just wasn't a feature that I was too interested in. But see, the drills are more in line with the cockpit so that they can burrow straight in. The idea is that this ship can actually just burrow straight into a rock and create a tunnel. And it fits perfectly in its own tunnel. And it does. It actually works very nicely for that. This one is my most recent version of this design. This is the really souped up, nice Cadillac of a Buchanan miner, and it actually is honestly nice. This is a pretty darn nice ship. Let's see if I start it up. Wait, the other button. There we go. Let's pick it up off the ground here. And let's tunnel our way into some rock here. It's got a lot of power with those 8 rear-facing thrusters. It's got an oxygen generator, which makes it a little bit longer. The ship is a little bit less light, not quite as able to fit into tight spaces, but it's still small enough that it can fit on the back of just about any ship you'd like to put it on. The idea with this ship is that it's not like a giant, industrial miner. It's more like something that you'd carry along with you so that you can grab the supplies that you need to keep on going. Whatever operation you're carrying on, you just keep it supplied using this miner. And that's how she goes. She digs her own hole, and she can back out of it just as pretty. And God, it's just a simple, workable ship design. It's gone through so many versions and so many iterations that I feel like I've got a pretty well perfected version of the thing at this point. I've got it on the workshop as the Buchanan Mark II miner. I'm going to have a link in the description. And this is it. That's all I wanted to show you guys. Thanks for watching. Later on I'm going to have a video on some of the larger ship designs and what I've done with those. And hopefully, actually, I'd really like it if you'd pick up the design, pop it into a world, and try it out for yourself. I'd really like to know what you guys think of my ship design here. When you take this thing on longer mining trips out into the wild wastes to pick up your platinum or what have you, how does it perform? What features would you rather it have? Are these buttons here, the on-off buttons, are they useful to you? I totally would like to get some reviews on this thing. Alright, and that's it for now. Meister Keen signing off.